How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Grand Line. Today we are diving back into Dexter New Blood with episode number 7. Things continue to get more convoluted and complicated. The situation with Kurt seems to be escalating. Maybe he took out Iris. Maybe that was a whole fluke of a situation. Maybe she a cave-in happened and she died from that. But we didn't get an examination of the body, and I think that's what Angela was calling Dexter to do. I assume she did some kind of research into him. I don't know. But she found the obituary. Maybe she did further research after that. Dexter's still having trouble being a good father, being a parent. And I don't necessarily blame him too much. Of course, he doesn't have any experience with it, right? And, Deb being in his head, it would make more sense for Harry to be in his head, I guess. But we've already said goodbye to Harry, so I don't know. And I don't know if James Remmer wanted to come back or whatever. I'm sure he would have reprised his role if they asked him to. But for Deb to be giving him parenting advice, she said herself, she's not the one to ask. But yeah, I just wish Dexter would just talk to Harrison straight up, because he could really help him. He doesn't want to motivate the darkness in him, but, Dexter has firsthand experience with the darkness, and I think he could really help him. Especially since he spent about 10 years, keeping away from it. But now that he did that one kill with Matt, he's kind of getting back into the swing of things pretty quickly here. So anyway, let's roll it.
Dexter Morgan, forensics expert from Miami Metro. He owes me.
I mean... Okay.
She was shot from behind, probably with a rifle.
Seems like Kurt's style.
See this? I think this is human skin. She bit her attacker.
Sounds like Iris.
Cannibal, consumer of human flesh.
I'll call the county coroners. Push through a rush test.
You have a suspect?
I have a theory.
How would she... If Kurt is her theory...
Kurt Caldwell.
Of course.
What would the rationale be, though?
He wanted to call off the search right as we were set to come here.
Okay.
He didn't want you to find her.
Aaron's gonna maybe hit a car or something.
If Angela's right, and this is Kurt, I have to wonder how many other of his victims are out there.
We're both pretty hungry, I guess.
Just trying to bulk up for wrestling.
So, what do you got going on today?
Enough of the small talk, man.
Today's my first shift at the truck stop.
You know how I feel about that.
You know how I feel about that.
I could just have a real conversation for once, man.
Angela's already gunning for Kurt. She's building a case. Harrison will see who Kurt really is. In the meantime, I'll make sure Harrison is safe.
It's like Dexter's trying to play defense around Harrison. If we're going to take a football analogy, he's one of the linemen, and he's not communicating with her. He's just trying to protect him. Don't touch him. Don't get near him, But he's not interacting with him.
Kurt was selling her on some exclusive interview, but the minute I showed up, he cut bait.
I know this town better than anyone, so how come I never heard of this place?
You don't know it as good as you thought.
Son of a bitch. My shit has been totally stripped. There was a door here locked from the outside.
I like you. And I thought you liked me too.
I do. Last night, you broke that kid's elbow. He tapped out, but you kept going.
Oh, the talk was okay, but seeing it in action was a little bit too much for him.
I'm going to be really busy this weekend.
Harrison.
I got to go.
He did straight up confess that he wants to hurt everyone around him.
I think about hurting everyone.
I guess she didn't believe him.
So, Jimbo, what brings you down to my neck of the woods?
Yummy.
There was a time when I thought you and I would be great friends.
We do seem to have a lot in common, except you kill innocent women and I kill guys like you.
The justification. Killing, still killing.
Hey, Chief. Nice surprise. What can I do for you?
Get up. You're under arrest for the murder of Iris Broussard.
Who?
They ain't always got to be read right then, but it could throw out that statement he gives later.
Yeah. Probably just messed Harrison up a little bit more too, though. Let's hope Dexter uses this opportunity to take Kurt's place. and actually help Harrison and be there for him instead of just like killing everyone around him that's causing him to be in danger.
Nope.
This you?
It looks brand new. Nice job.
This all looks good to you.
Oh, is that what's his name? Dude that was checking in and out as Matt Caldwell?
Help me move some cargo.
Sure.
I mean, he's associates with Kurt, so I don't know if he's going to be on the up and up.
I have never, ever in my life been involved in murder.
Why would you lie? Have you ever been inside the Clark Caves?
Sure.
How did you get that scar?
I work with my hands.
She's really holding that card. Holding that card in the deck until it's the last minute, huh?
Because
If
we
they
found
even
DNA
have
evidence
them.
on Iris's
Okay.
body that proves everything.
I want to talk to my lawyer.
Give this to your dad, okay?
What's this?
One of the truckers gave it to me. That was for you.
What the fuck is this?
And yeah, like, maybe Audrey just, like, feels like she's an outcast. I mentioned it at the closing odds last time, but, like, every interaction we've seen with her and the tribe, with her and everyone at school, they seem to be accepting of her. I don't.
Stay away from my son. Is that really why you're here? Curiosity? You want to know, is it?
The red tint. I like the callback, but
You're the one behind bars. You don't have any power. Not anymore.
he might have reach.
We can never erase all of our sins. Not even fire will do that. Titanium doesn't melt.
So was that, like, piece from the little incinerator? Oh. Oh, right. His,
Kurt sent this through Harrison to prove a point. He's got reach, even from behind bars.
right.
He knows I killed his son. I definitely want revenge.
Yeah.
Against my advice and counsel, Mr. Caldwell wants to make a statement.
Might not be the statement they're expecting.
My dad would take me on the road. He used to pick up women. Lot lizards, he called them. Working girls.
Oh, there's the song,
Slap him around. Fuck him up pretty bad, actually. He was just so angry.
yeah. And there, yeah, that's the reason for the watcher.
They would never call the cops, because even if they did, he'd be long gone. I lived in fear that he would turn on me like that.
I don't know what the stipulations of making a statement are. Good to get some background on the people you're dealing with, I think.
Your friend, Iris. I saw her get in the truck with my dad. And Kurt.
Iris.
There is a lot of parallels with Trinity here.
Young girl like you shouldn't be alone.
Isn't that the same line he said to the other girl?
Ex. Best friend.
Is that why she feels so guilty about it?
I should take you home.
Fuck you!
That's what started it off, huh?
Fucking understand?
So you shoot her? I don't get the logic, but alright. Yeah, I don't get the escalation and the logic behind that.
That DNA you found, that's my dad's.
It's gonna get him out, huh?
There's a 67% chance that it is him.
Which leaves 33% reasonable doubt it isn't him.
Wanting to kill. Like, I get the trauma of, like, that he experienced as a kid, but where does that lead into killing these women in that manner? And then wanting to recreate that?
Surgical screws come in sets. Kurt's office is as good a place as any to start looking.
And then, like, doing whatever he does with them after. Trying to fix that girl's face and saying it was a waste.
Elric Kane, $5,000.
Kurt's been released.
Holy shit, that's great.
I'm gonna have to kill him.
I knew it.
It's an issue of his own making.
If I'd gone with her, she'd be safe.
No, or you'd both be dead. I got some really creepy vibes from Kurt, too. You know, luckily Jim showed up at just the right time to save my ass.
He overheard you and Kurt talking about Matt.
I mean, can you hear what Brian and Fred are fighting about from over here?
Oh, they are. The Garfield, they're arguing about the name still.
How do you feel now, tough guy?
You're psycho!
That's enough. I just want to talk.
Why, so you can call me a
Finally.
psycho too? Fuck it.
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about, bro. Dexter just sits there and like looks at him when he says that stuff.
I always had bad dreams. And it all came flooding back.
Yeah, just like when Dexter went into that blood-filled room.
I remember everything.
They brought him back for this.
There. Daddy will be home soon.
Man, Trinity. He definitely was, I think, the best of the original series, for sure.
That's why you left.
Harrison.
Dexter...
Let me get a ride.
Harrison!
This is so annoying. This is like really hard for me to watch. 'Cause Dexter just staring at him after he says, let's talk. This is more annoying than original Dexter, man. Yeah, at least original Dexter slowly caught on to stuff, you know? I love to get like a callback to Trinity there, and they brought him back for that scene. That's awesome. John Lithgow, man. Unnerving, I think. Probably the best way to describe Trinity. Arthur Mitchell. But, yeah. So Harrison remembers it all, and it's informed who he is, the darkness within him, which makes sense. I get that it is very difficult for Dexter to just come out and say stuff, but at the same time, in the past, he's done it. You know, and I get that it's his son, and I keep coming back to that. Like, I understand that it's Harrison. He doesn't want to infect him or lead him down the wrong path, right? But at the same time, just talk to him and just relate to him. I just want to like shake him and like tell him to just talk to his son, you know? And, you know, Harrison, I'm finding him less and less to blame for this whole scenario with Jim and how he feels towards Jim, because Dexter is like impossible, you know? And, you know, Harrison is running away from a lot of these situations before there is like enough of a pause, enough little bit of time for Dexter to get out of the monologues in his head, get out of Deb talking to him like on the side of his vision, because I assume when he's just standing there just at Harrison, when Harrison says, oh, you think I'm a psycho, and he's just like I assume he's just like talking to Deb or somebody in his peripheral, and that's why he's just standing there silently. Like at this point, it's just an old game. It should have been like 2 episodes ago where he was like starting to sit down and talk to him and relate to him after that Ethan incident. I think he needs to circle around and accept the fact that he's not a good father at this point, because he hasn't been a father. He's a good bodyguard. I'll give him that. Like, he'll protect Harrison, or protect him from his perspective, killing everyone around him that potentially causes him danger, but not actually taking care of his son, you know? That's my opinion, of course. It's not factual. I'm sure people think differently, but that's just my take on it. It's so annoying. But yeah, Kurt is aware that Dexter killed his son. I don't know how long ago he was aware of that, though. Maybe he was aware of it that night, or maybe the day after. Because he noticed it was ash on his coat and everything like that, and probably went and checked up on the situation. But I don't know how long he's known it, but he apparently has known it. Chilling and interesting scene in the police station, but it kind of... I said but in that situation. I don't think I finished my thought, but I was saying, you know, such a contrivance. The fact that Dexter cleared the police station, and it is a small town, and I get that, but I feel like there would always be somebody at the station, especially if they had a prisoner. We also got some background on Kurt. Maybe when I watch it again while I'm editing, I'll probably maybe get a better understanding of the logic behind why he's doing this, why he could be potentially repeating the pattern. You know, he was originally seemingly trying to help her, right? Saying like he should take her back home, but she didn't want that. She wanted to get out, and she bit him, and then he shot her when she was running away, and then decided to recreate those shootings. Maybe he's trapped in some kind of cycle. And how does that relate to his father? Because he would hurt the women, Kurt would watch, And then Kurt like I feel like we're missing some of the pieces of the puzzle here, which we will definitely get, you know, throughout probably the rest of the show here. But as far as I'm aware right now, it's just not, things aren't fitting together. Like there's some things that are missing. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment down below. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one.